if your dog doesn't listen when you're asking him to do things and you're sitting there going, sit, 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 lay down, lay down, lay down, lay down, that's why your dog isn't listening. Check this out. New rule. You can only ask once. You get to ask once. So you got to make it a good ask, right? Will you marry me? I got to make it a good ask. I got to make it enticing, right? So when we're looking at this, when we're asking once, what do we need? Well, we need the dog's attention, I'd imagine, first and foremost. If they're not paying attention to us, if they're off sniffing the grass or sniffing your ass, you're not going to be able to get them to do anything, huh? Because you ain't got my attention. Oh, you're talking to me? Oh, sorry, I missed it. And you can only ask once, and you didn't have my attention, so didn't work, huh? You know? Number two is once you have their attention, make sure you're using the correct body language. Body language means that you need to point your dog in the direction that you want them to go. Dogs are directional, right? They're kind of wired like men, bladed 120 degrees, right? You'll see women 180 degrees when they talk, men 120. It just how it is. Guys domesticated them. Sorry, ladies. So your body language needs to change. You need to be 120 degrees, if not directly facing, right? 120 degrees from your dog while also facing what you're looking for. Don't make it too complicated. Just look at the stuff that you want them to do, right? Now, what that does is that'll clarify some things for them, right? When you point them in the right direction and you ask them to do something, it'll tell them what it is and when, and also, I didn't write it down, but where you want it done, right? And then the last bit is you got to give them a good reason. Now, giving them a good reason is an interesting one. It's not just treats, right? It's anything that gets the dog to do what you want them to do, right? You do stuff for free all the time. Whatever it is you do for work, don't care. You probably do it for free on the weekends. You probably give free advice all the time on how to do XYZ for your friends, your family, whatever. So don't think that your dog is any different than you. They still need a reason. They need compensation, but not always, right? Just give them a strong enough reason to do what you're asking. And that could be a paycheck, could be just a free ask. It just depends, right? Por qué no los dos? Do them all. Now, that's exactly how you package a perfect ask. Now, what does the perfect ask do for us, and why is it different than sit, 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 sit? Well, if we follow Glengarry Glen Ross, AIDA, right? Attention, interest, decision, action. Dogs follow the same thing we do, right? You got to have their attention first, right? So that's attention, checked off. Once we got attention, we then need to get them interested in what we're doing. How do we do that? Well, we set them up for success by showing them what, where, and when, right? We make clarity. And then we give them a reason to do it, right? And that takes care of interest. Now they know what it is and what they're going to get out of it. And then they will make a decision based on what you've done previously, of course, creatures of habit, and they will take action. So your job is just to focus on these two things when you're asking your dog to do anything. If you can get their attention and you can get them interested, you will get them to do what you want. And that's it. It's really that simple. It's about clarity. Quit muddying the water by asking them to do the same thing 12 times. If they're not doing it the first time really quickly, it's probably one of the 5 reasons we talk about why your dog doesn't do what you want him to do, right? And this piece here is just how to ask them in a way that will get them to want to do the things you want to do. So, focused on getting their attention and getting them interested in what it is that you want them to do. And the rest will take care of itself, right? Because they'll make a decision. They'll either do what you want, or they'll do something you don't like, right? They'll make one of those 2 decisions, right? They either like it or don't, and then they'll take an action and you like it or you don't. And then we choose if we want to reward or if we want to discourage, right? Increase the likelihood or decrease the likelihood, right? But it starts with attention, interest every time. Because if you don't have their attention and you don't have interest in what you want to do, they're never going to make the decision that you want. They're never going to make a decision on that ask at all. So you got this. Just do that.